Today is the day one of the biggest releases for the Nintendo Switch this year is out with Monster Hunter Rise, and with its release there are a lot of different tied-in products coming out all at the same time, and I've got two of them here to unbox. The Special Edition Deluxe Monster Hunter Rise Switch, as well as a Special Edition controller. So we're gonna unbox both of these, check them out, see what we have in store. And I'm gonna start, actually, you know what, let's go ahead. There's a lot more going on in this box, so let's start with the Pro Controller. Can somebody get me a knife? And, oh, come on, don't be shy. There we go. Got stuck on the cable. Let's rebox that for now. And here we have the controller. Now, one of the things that I did read about these, I've seen the pictures before, but I didn't realize that the designs on these are meant to actually have a metallic sheen, which I'm very excited to see on the Switch itself. But for the Pro Controller, you can already see that a little bit, that this isn't just a simple gold color. I'm not sure how well this is gonna show up on camera, but there is that little bit of metallic sheen going on that actually looks really nice. It looks like a proper gold trim, not just like a gold coloring. It has that little bit of reflectiveness. Now, if you're curious what the monster going on here for this controller, I believe this is the same monster also on the dock design that we'll get to in a little bit. These are all inspired off the character Magnamalo, who is the kind of poster monster, we'll say, for Monster Hunter Rise. A lot of the past ones that we saw for Monster Hunter World focused on Rathalos. This time around, Magnamalo is the new star, so. Really like how that looks, by the way. I love controllers that don't go for like completely symmetrical designs, so that's awesome. Little arrows around the stick, beautiful. All right, let's get to the system itself. Just gonna undo this little hinge right here. It's upside down, so I'm gonna flip it. There we go. Gonna block this camera for a moment as I open it. Oh, dynamic. All right, what should I go for first? Let's start with Joycons. Okay, so the Joy-Cons have a little bit of similarity with the Pro Controller in that you do have the little pointy arrows around the sticks. Hold them like this. There is a lot going on. Aside from that, though, we've got one of the main symbols for the game located at the bottom of each Joy-Con, and there are designs on the back as well. I haven't actually started playing the game yet, so I'm not sure what all of these are representing. It might be either, I know for Monster Hunter World, a lot of different designs were focused on the different organizations in the game. These might also be symbols for certain monster types. There's a baby crying outside very loudly. Hopefully we're not getting that on mic. I will say part of me almost wonders what this would have looked like if they didn't go with the traditional gray color for the base of the Joy-Con, but I do like the way the black and gold is accenting all that. So while I might have preferred another main color to go with, this still ends up looking really, really nice. Let's go ahead and put that aside for now. Look at the Switch itself. Now this one, I believe, yes. Now what's different about this one is that instead of focusing on the gold trim, like we've seen with a lot of other special edition design Switches, this one's really focused more on just having that black gloss with matte black clash, along with some basic white coloring as well. Instead of being based on a monster like we're seeing on the Pro Controller and in a bit on the dock, this is based on the actual Monster Hunter clothing. A lot of the promotional material and stuff you'll see for the game, all the characters wearing these kind of capes, cloaks, winged kind of design. That's what's going on the back of the Switch right now. I will say, I'm a little bothered by the kickstand on this. I don't like the fact that the kickstand does not feature a part of the design as well, so it interrupts the back of the Switch. Seems like an odd decision. I mean, normally the kickstands don't come in different colors, and so I kind of get why it's happening, but that doesn't make it any less annoying that it's just obstructing the design on the back. One little critique. So far though, been loving everything else going on with the design. I'm gonna put it down on the plastic to keep that screen a little protected. All right, we don't care about cables. We know what those look like. We'll set that aside for now. We do have the code for the game. Now this is a more expensive collector's edition than a lot of other ones for the Switch, primarily because it does include the game as well as some bonus contents. If you've picked up any special edition Switch before, like recently did the Mario Red, or even back with stuff like Animal Crossing, those were not bundled with any particular games, so they still went for regular Nintendo Switch prices. This, however, does come with a digital code for Monster Hunter Rise, along with some bonus content, which is why its listing price is higher than usual. It's the cost of the Switch and the game combined. Now, I don't actually know, I don't remember if the Joycon Grip has any design on it. Let's check that out. Nope, regular black one. That's fine. Let's actually see how the Joy-Cons look in that real quick. I don't really use Joy-Con grips very often. I usually prefer to just use a straight up Pro controller, but it doesn't look bad. Nothing special for the grip itself. And then I'm gonna go ahead and move this box out of the way as we open up the last part of the main attraction. Here we have the dock. Now, I believe the dock is meant to have a similar design to the Pro controller. Yep. So you can see we have the same monster as on the controller, Magnum Hollow, which is also what the amiibo they're releasing alongside with Monster Hunter Rise is based on. I did not pick up the amiibo, so I don't have that to show off, sadly, but there are that matching design right here. You've got the flames going on the other side and a kind of print design going along the body of the dock, showing those same symbols that are on the back of the Joy-Cons. Or actually, no, wait, are these different? These might be different. Okay, these are not, it's some of the same symbols. No, one of them is similar. Interesting. Okay, yeah, these are actually different symbols. It does match the symbol on the bottom corner, though. That one's right there. So, interesting. Yeah, definitely can't wait to actually play and know what all these really go to. I feel like with each Monster Hunter, there's a little bit of a branding reset because they tend to focus on either different monsters or different symbols for in-game. So, I'm really excited to check it out. Everyone else has been playing since last night, and I've been waiting to unbox this so I can get the game code because I didn't want to buy it twice. Anyways, let's shoot the rest of this video real quick. I gotta say, overall, this is a solid collector's edition Switch. I don't think it's one of the best ones out there for a couple of reasons. The big things that I think really hold it back, first off, the back of this Switch. It bothers me so much that the kickstand obstructs the design the way that it does. This is something that's been true of a lot of different special edition Switches. I mean, even the Mario Red Switch had a black kickstand still, which felt very out of place, but here especially, it really bothers me how much it interrupts the rest of the design, because this is a really cool concept for the back of the Switch that just gets that little bit of interruption. The dock I like a lot more. I really enjoy the fact that for the monster design as well as the flames, they actually go a little bit over and outside of the patterning on the dock itself, which looks really nice. And the Joy-Cons, while again, I do wish we had a different color, does play really well with that black and gold. Honestly, I think the thing that looks the best out of all of these is the one thing that actually was sold on its own, the Pro Controller. I really like the way this Pro Controller looks. Because it's not playing with that kind of lighter gray that the Joy-Cons have, and instead it just embraces the black of the Pro Controller with that gold design, looks really, really nice to me. Again, I don't think the Switch itself looks bad by any means. I think it's a good match for anyone who is a big Monster Hunter fan. There's just a couple things that really keep it, I think, from being the full, complete package that it could be. The Pro Controller, though, super good execution. Also, real quick, one minor pet peeve of mine. This isn't a problem for everyone, but it's just something that I'm always kind of a little petty about. I'm not a big fan of having the name on the dock itself. I just feel like if you're ever getting a collector's edition for something, you know what it's for, you know what game it's celebrating. It's one thing if the name is done in some kind of stylized way that's interesting. Here, it's just kind of placed on the middle of the dock. It's small enough text that it doesn't like ruin the dock for me, but personally, I'm just not a big fan of it being there. One other thing to keep in mind with this special edition system is the fact that this might possibly be the last special edition we get for this model design Switch. The rumors have been very strong lately about the possibility of a new model Switch coming out later this year. A lot of people are still using the shorthand Switch Pro, although most likely Nintendo has a different name in mind. So it's a possibility that depending on how this new model is marketed, that moving forward special edition designs might come for that one instead of this. So this very well might be the last special edition regular Switch design. It's gonna be really interesting to see how that plays out over the rest of the year. If and when Nintendo does end up revealing a new model Switch, that is something I'm going to be covering a lot. I will pick that up and do all kinds of comparisons, that kind of fun stuff. So if you're not subscribed already and you want to see all that content, make sure you subscribe as well as clicking that little bell icon so you don't miss out. All in all, again, I think it's a good one. I like the gold sheen. The biggest thing that really does hold it back are just a few of those little weird decisions like with the kickstand. Otherwise, it's a good looking system.